Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you guys are all doing amazing. And so for today's video, I have this Ohuhu Beauty Polygel Rainbow Kit that they just came out with. I'm very excited to try it just because I've never tried this brand. But just look at the amount of stuff this kit does include, so many goodies. So I'm very excited to use each and every single one of them.
You give me something that I can't give you here. Tell me what you're thinking, I need to know your feeling.
Here we have 4 fine glitters, their top and base coat, their slip solution, and then here we have their dough forms that do have a curve to them. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that really quick. This is how they look. Then we have their polygel brush with the spatula on one end and the brush on the other. Here we have the cuticle nippers, which are extremely great quality. They are way better than the ones I own, and just these are really great. Then we have their nail trimmers or nail clippers. Here we have their cuticle pusher, and lastly we have their 100x180 grit file. Here are all the swatches of the colors. I mean, the amount of pigment these have is extremely high. You know, just look at that. On my swatch sticks I always had a very thin layer, so just this shows how much pigment these have. But I'm gonna go ahead and gently start by pushing back my cuticles using the cuticle pusher that was provided.
Thinking, I need to know your feeling. If you crush on me, you need to know my story. But don't get too close to me, cause I need my fantasy. You give me something that I can't give you here. Tell me what you're thinking, I need to know your feeling. If you crush on me, you need to know my story. But don't get too close to me, cause I need my fantasy. Here I am, falling down.
Using the opposite end of my cuticle pusher, I'm going to go ahead and start by gently scraping away any dead skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and be using this fine grit ball bit from AliExpress. I'm going to be turning my e-file to 4,000 RPMs. And I'm going to go ahead and just gently go all over the cuticle area to remove any dead cuticle skin we have left.
I know that you're afraid, it feels like every day things are slipping away, you're slipping away, and you think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from your mind. And you say that you're fine, but now you're out of time. Out of time. You're out of time. You're out of time.
Using the nail clipper, I'm going to go ahead and trim down my nails and shorten them. And then I'm going to go ahead and reshape them using the hand file.
Now you're out of time. Never measure up, you'll never be enough. People say tough love, you should just suck it up. And you think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from your mind. And you say that you're fine, but now you're out of time. Out of time. You're out of time.
So once I've done all that, I'm going to go ahead and be using this cuticle nippers to remove any of the excess skin that I was unable to remove using my cuticle bit. And so I'm just going to go ahead and gently trim that off. Now this is how my nails look so far. Using my e-file, I'm going to go ahead and turn my e-file to 3,000 RPMs. Using a 240 grit sanding band, I'm going to remove the shine from all my natural nails just so I can get better adhesion and I get no lifting. This is how my nails look once I went ahead and did that to each and every single one of them. Using a Ohuhu limping wipe, I'm going to spray some on there just to remove any dust. Here I went ahead and glued on my tips. This is part when you would basically add your dehydrator and primer. I did not do that because I did not plan to keep this set on for long. I'm going to go ahead and pour some of their slip solution into my dapping dish. Using the base comb, I'm going to go ahead and apply a very thin layer onto my natural nails. Once I went ahead and applied that to the rest of my nails, I'm going to go ahead and be curing for 30 seconds. Here I went ahead and just added a very thin layer onto there to just cover the whole nail, my natural nail and the nail tip. And so I'm just patting that into place, making sure I cover my whole natural nail and the nail tip. I'm going to apply a very thin, small amount onto the nail right where the natural nail and the nail tip met, just to build my apex there. Here I'm not really going to explain the process just because I'm not really doing any design. Just basically I'm doing the same exact thing that I did on my thumb, except I usually struggle a lot working on my pinky. Whether it's for my non-dominant hand or my dominant hand, I always struggle on my pinky for some weird reason. It's just the awkward precision when I have to just flip my pinky. It's just really hard and it hurts for some reason. I have no idea why, but this nail was definitely way too thick than normal, and my apex was just way off.
Been friends since 1995. Growing up, same street, you, me, my ride or die. All the years they would grow us apart, yeah. Moved away, but you're still in my heart, yeah. Call you up, how you been? Can we play a rewind? Yeah, those are the guys you choose. They don't care, no.
I'm very excited to show you guys this nail design because it's probably my favorite nail so far. But here I'm going to go ahead and just apply a very thin layer, making sure I cover the whole nail tip and my natural nail. The layer that I added was extremely thin, so here you guys are kind of able to see how just pigmented these are. It's just a very thin layer, you guys saw that, and it's just super pigmented. I'm super happy with that.
Like a wrecking ball, crying on me, saying now.
Using some Mylar flakes and just any old brush I have, I'm gonna take that onto the wet polygel, and I'm just making sure that I cover the whole nail with these beautiful Mylar flakes.
Mirrors, baby, hurry up, back to me. Why'd you ever move on? Yeah, you're making me confused. I'm the one that you should choose. I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting on you for so long, and it's killing me to see you there with a broken.
Once I've fully coated the whole nail with these Mylar flakes, I'm curing for 60 seconds. And lastly, using their clear polygel, I'll encapsulate the whole design. I will say that the clear polygel is more firm than the colored polygel. The colored polygel consistency is more on the softer side, and the clear one is more on the firm side. I don't have a problem with that, honestly. Overall, I still loved how the design came out, and overall the polygel was super easy to use. Once I cured it, this is how the nails look. I did have trouble deciding what the heck to do. I was honestly lost. This was just, at this point, I was honestly freestyling it. But here I'm going to be doing marble. This is a different way I do marble. I always like to try new methods. But this time, instead of putting on my spatula, I went ahead and just placed it on the nail there, just like you guys are seeing now. It was a little bit harder just because I kind of kept mixing the colors kind of too much on the tube. So I kind of just had to go very lightly over that. But once I applied that, I'm going to use my toothpick just to swirl the colors around. Once I swirl the colors around to the point where I really like how it looks, with my polygel brush to pat it into place.
When I see you overjoyed, I'm your Paris, you're my Helen, yeah, we safe in Troy. La-di-da-di-da-di. Rosie, sweet Rosie, you carry me through every storm. Rosie, sweet Rosie, oh, won't you wait for.
Once I've cured, I'm going to encapsulate the design with their clear polygel just because I don't have an apex. But yeah, overall, like I said, this marble design came out really, really good. I think it's probably one of the best marble designs that I've done.
Now every evening I'm working, I never see you. Why can't I work where I need? They still wanna be you. Counting the hours till I'm home. I should just say fuck it there, quit my job. Now I'm broke, never easy does it. Yeah, you keep me up at night.
And so next, this design, I'm not really too happy with it. Honestly, I was debating whether I should have done this or not. But at the end, I think it came out okay. You know, it's not like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything about it now. But I was actually debating whether I should do this design or if I should have done a clear nail with just the Mylar flakes that you guys saw me use. But at the end, I ended up just doing this one because I didn't know whether the clear nail was gonna look nice or not. But now that I look back at it, I think I actually would have looked really, really pretty. But overall, it's okay, you know. I can do that next time maybe. But yeah, once I went ahead and just did this design, I went ahead and cured each single layer.
You don't even know me like that. Are you pressed for time? Put you in my mind. Come a little closer.
Using an old brush and some of that Mylar, I'm going to be using the brush to stick the Mylar flakes onto the wet polygel. I'm only sticking the Mylar flakes onto the clear section only, and once I fully coated that, I'm going to be curing for 60 seconds.
Don't care, you're crazy, it's perfect. Shaky and I'm slurring, 'cause I'm nervous. It's you.
Here I went ahead and just opened some of their fine glitter that they provided. It's just some hot pink glitter, and just went ahead and added a little bit of that onto the nail. And so here I'm finally done with the whole freaking set. Took me a while to actually finish it. I think it took me, honestly, my application usually takes me 30 to 1 hour, just depending on the design and the length. But here I went ahead and used alcohol limpy wipe to remove that tacky layer so my files and my nail bits do not get gunked up, just because Polygel does gunk up my stuff really easily if I don't wipe that layer. Polygel is very easy to file, so I just went ahead and filed that, perfected my sidewalls and everything. I'm going to be using my e-file and I'm going to go ahead and turn my speed to 10,000 RPMs. I'm using an extra fine ceramic safety bit. This bit is amazing. I basically just use it to seal the cuticle area and to remove any bulk, any imperfections, and so.
I'm not in the mood, but you'll be here soon. Everything feels wrong, guess we're just in a bad mood. Feeling broken hearted over something that never was. Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you. Ooh, I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this. This way. What message are you trying to send? What's this game you play? Tell me that you love me and you need me, but leave me out to dry. Oh, why? Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you.
Okay, so after filing, buffing, and all that good stuff, this is how my nails turned out. I definitely need to work a lot on my shaping still. I feel like my middle finger is extremely the way that I wanted the rest of them to look, but it didn't turn out. Here you guys can kind of see the apex. Some of them I do also need to work on my apex, especially on this one. Here you guys can see that my apex a little bit towards my natural nail. It should be right in the middle, like this one. That one I also barely have an apex. This one, yeah, that one I don't even know what I did with that. But just look at that curve. I didn't like the curve. I really didn't. I'm not too happy with that either. But here I'm gonna be applying some of this UV glue just right where I kind of did the color blocking, just so I can stick my foil on there. You can also use top coat. That really doesn't matter. I just prefer this. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and now cure that, and using that same wet texture, I'm just using that to stick the foil onto there. And so I went ahead and placed on my foil. I'm gonna go ahead and be curing this for 30 seconds.
If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this.
Okay, and so here's how it lastly looks once I fully added the foil flakes on there. And here I'm gonna go ahead and just top coat the nails, and just look at this nail. Like I said, this is my favorite nail. Just that curve is just like, I don't know, you know. The marble nail looks really pretty as well. And then here we have this beautiful pinky, which like I said, the apex, the thickness is just a no. But I still need to work on that, and I'm glad that I'm able to acknowledge that I need to work on stuff, you know. I'm not perfect yet. But yeah, look at the design overall. I'm really happy with it. Just like how beautiful that mylar looks, how it shines. It's just super pretty. I went ahead and lastly rehydrated my cuticles by adding some cuticle oil, and this is how they look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as much as I had so much fun making this set. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye.